Hello again, friends. Mad Laughter at Laughter Mad here with my channel, What Else You Got, where we do 2 or 3 things. 1, watch a comedy video clip. 2, we laugh. Or 3, we don't laugh. And then we talk about it in the comments and we work it out one way or the other. And we've been getting a lot of things worked out in the comments, actually. I've been learning a lot of things from you guys. Hopefully you agree with some of the things that I've had to say, too. And so keep it coming. I really like hashing this stuff out with you guys and figuring things out. Got something I want to talk about next time, but we'll leave that for next time. So today we're taking a look at another Saturday Night Live alum from the way back. This time it's Jim Breuer. We just did Norm Macdonald. So, I pretty much remember Jim from SNL. I think he was on there for a few years, but the only thing I really remember on him was his Goat Boy character. So, I kind of find it hard to imagine that he's going to do anything but just bleat for the 10 or 12, 15 minutes clip this is. So this will be really interesting if he doesn't do that. I'm excited to hear what his actual jokes might be. I've never heard a stand-up before, so it'll be interesting. But so this is some story about the bombing at Sears. When I first heard about this from you guys, I thought it was actually about the Sears Tower bombing, which was, in New York in I think the 90s. So Al Qaeda or something, Taliban. I don't know. It was one of those guys try to bomb us. So, I thought that was what it was about, but apparently it is not. It seems like it might be just about a bombing at Sears. Anyways, this is one of those "this is not happening" stories from Comedy Central. More of a story than a joke, more of a long-form bit, so I kind of like these. Let's hear what it's all about. Here's what we know about Jim from the wiki. He's from New York, which is about 75% of the comics apparently are from New York, so I'm not really sure how that works. Is everyone in New York that funny, or is there just a lot of people there? So anyways, like I said, SNL alum, 1995 to 1998. He was on a series of shows. Looks like he was on Opie and Anthony. Kind of like my new favorite, Patrice O'Neal, R.I.P. And it looks like he was on a show called Kevin Can Wait, which was essentially that show with Leah Remini and what's his face, Kevin something. Basically, King and Queens Revisited. So, all right. So to recap: Jim Breuer, former Goat Boy, former SNL alum, former Kevin Can Wait co-star. Something about a bombing at Sears. Maybe someone was incredibly mad that the wet vacs weren't on sale and, got on the blower and phoned in a bomb thing. I don't know how it really works, but Jim Breuer, make me laugh. Actually, what else you got?
So I'm going to tell you about my first job that I ever had. And this is when I knew I wanted to do stand-up comedy, and my daughter's 16 now, and she's not really sure what she wants. I knew from the time I was 16, I wanted to act, be funny, and do stand-up. And so I got a job. My friend hooked me up, and I worked in a Sears paint department in Long Island, and I ruined a lot of homes. Just destroyed homes from 1985 to 88. If you go to Long Island now, you just see crap jobs of a house. Why'd you stay in your bathroom? This guy told me you worked there. It was a joke to me. There was 2 of us that worked in paint, and it was attached to a mall. So literally, we'd take 1-hour tag team breaks. So I'm getting paid for 4 hours, work 2 hours, and tell everyone, no, you won't like it here. Go to Benjamin Moore. Trust me, the paint's better. So it was a great gig. Now, when I was there, the one thing I used to love doing was I would call all the other departments, just drive them nuts. Because 2 things when you work at a department store. A, you have to pick up the phone. They tell you that. No matter how many customers you have to pick up the phone. It's policy. So as soon as I heard that, oh, this is going to be great. So I would start with that. And the only people that work at a department store are people that are retired or teenagers. And if it's in between, then you got someone pregnant or you're going through a bad divorce. There's no reason why you should be 35. Like, hi, welcome to Sears Hardware today. Can I help you out with some drill bits? You're done. You're living in your mother's basement. You're a zero. So I'd call up old people in like linens, you know, like, hi, this is Carol in linens. And like, how you doing today, Carol? Tell me about your linens. And that's honestly where I would do impressions. There was this fat kid named Scott, and he worked in the toy department. Now, this is in the 80s, so every couple years a new toy comes out, and people like kill each other to get the toys. And back then it was a Cabbage Patch doll. Yeah, so people were lined up, and we were near Jamaica, Queens. This is a big black area, so the big black Jamaican like, I'm gonna get me the Cabbage Patch doll. And I know they only make 3 black ones, so I want the one. And so Scott was petrified. You know, 40 black women running into his department at 8 in the morning, and that's why I would call him. And they're like, hello, this is Sears Toy Department, Valley Street. I'm like, hey, this is Joe Pesci. I want to come in here. I need a black Cabbage Patch doll. And don't give me no rain check. I'm going to come on there and bust your balls. You hear me? I'll be there in 20 minutes. He goes, oh, God, is that you? I'm like, what do you mean, what? Joe Pesci's coming here. Like, don't give me a rain check, man. I'm going to tell you. So, we're in the paint department one day, and this new guy comes in from hardware, right? And I'm staring at this banana. He's very serious. He's like fixing the stock. He's like, this wrench goes over here.
Basically doing his job.
These hammers go over here. They're not where the craftsmen are. And I just understand. I really have to fix this department up. Anyway, I gotta break this dummy in. So I go walking up to him. I go, hey man, my name's Jim. I work in the paint department. If you need anything, just let me know. He's snippy with me. And he's like in his 40s. So he goes, you know what I need? I need you to stay in the paint department, okay? Because you're young, you look like you're wasted. Do you come to the job wasted? I'm like, no, I look like this. Ah, okay, right.
He actually does look like that, right?
He goes, I hear the way you talk to people in the paint department. It's a joke. People want your help, and you don't help them. I'm here to explain to them what's the difference between a craftsman tool, what drill bits are for, and all the different hammers. You know, you can do me a favor? Stay down in my department. I'm here to take this seriously. I want to help people. Stay in paint. It's like, oh, all right. And I took his newspaper. It was a newspaper on his roof desk. I'm like, yeah, all right. I took his newspaper and I'll show him. Now, a little part of history. At that time, America was in a serious situation with Libya. Huge. Before bin Laden, there was Muammar Gaddafi. And he was huge in news because he shot 6 missiles at a U.S. plane. He missed. And then the next day, we bombed his tent. That's what happened. And it was huge news. It was right on, when you went home, you only had 4 channels to watch on TV. It was before there was even remotes. It was just, your father go, hey, turn on channel 4, and you have to get up. Like, and so everything was next on the news. Muammar Gaddafi's America. Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi shoots 6 missiles. Muammar Gaddafi. And the newspaper that I'm looking at, the headline has a picture of Muammar Gaddafi with missiles going behind him. So I'm sitting there and I went, all right, I'm gonna break this dummy in, and I'm gonna call as Muammar Gaddafi. I'm just gonna bust his balls relentlessly.
How would you ever believe that?
I swear on my kids, it's a true story. Now, so I'm a little where my register is. I can see him. He's maybe 75 feet away, and that maybe. And I'm looking right at him. So I got the phone, And I'm Compton. I'm looking at the newspaper, and I ring his department. He picks up the phone. He goes, hello, this is Greg, Sears Hardware in Valley Stream, New York. How may I help you today? And I go, hello, this is Muammar Gaddafi. He goes, hold on a second, I gotta spell that. Like, he goes, what is your name? I swear to God, what is your... I said, Muammar Gaddafi, the great Libyan leader. And he goes, well, how can I help you? So I don't know if he's playing with me. So I go, I have sent 6 of my Libyan missiles to blow up the Sears Hardware Department in Valley Stream, Long Island. At least that loud. At least that loud. I'm not even exaggerating. And I go, you have 15 minutes to evacuate all of your craftsman tools and the hammers and the tool bits of their hardware. 3 missiles and 4 missiles. And he's just sitting there listening. And he goes, is there anything I can do for you, Mr. Gaddafi? And I go, yes, you remember this, my friend. Long live paint! Right? Wait. That's not the funny part. So, the break room was attached to paint. I leave into the break room. And I'm like, this is the greatest call ever in history. I'm cracking up. I'm at the break room, and I'm picking out whatever snacks I'm getting. And I come back on the floor. And I went, you know what, let me call him up and tell him I was busting his chops, right? So I call him up, and he doesn't answer. He's like, oh, that's a big no-no. I'm gonna report him. So I call the supervisor, and he's not picking up the phone. Like, what is it? And then I'm looking around. And there's no one on the floor. Like, there's no customers, there's no salespeople. And I swear to God, like, is it a holiday? Are we supposed to leave? What the hell's going on? So it's just me on the whole second floor at Sears, hanging out in paint. And then all of a sudden, guy comes through the stock doors in regular clothes. Like, bro, let's go, we gotta go! We gotta go right now! We got one more, we got more. Let's go! I went, oh my God, all right, let's get out of here. I thought it was a fire, so I'm running with him. I thought it was a fire. I don't know what's going on. I don't smell the smoke. He's not it's not a fire. It's a bomb. The bomb's gonna go off any minute. I said, what are you talking about? He's the new guy in hardware. Had someone call in, said they're gonna blow the place up. And I did what you did. I just laughed. That's funny. That's why there's no... Are you kidding me? I said, that's why there's no one in Sears. He goes, yeah, and the mall. They evacuated the mall.
Don't admit it.
Well, how did he get a bomb threat? I said I was Muammar Gaddafi. And I sent 6 Libyan missiles to hit Sears Hardware, Valley Stream, New York, which then proceeded with a I ended by saying, long live paint. That guy's a suspect. How can you hire that guy? He's a suspect. Tell everyone to come back. This is hilarious. He goes, it's not funny, man. It's not funny. Wait till you see who's waiting for you downstairs. There's 1 million cops downstairs. Yeah, I think you're getting arrested. And I went, it's a story, man. So I go down, and there's a lot of cops. There's a lot of cops. And I hear, like, is that a helicopter? This is great. This is great. So I'm literally going through the ranks of the cops, and one after the other, like, oh my God. Wait till, Sarge, hurry up. You gotta hear the story. Here's a card. If you ever need anything, you call that thing. I'm serious. You want to dump a body, you need, you're wasted slamming a tree. You call me, man. You gotta call me. He goes, you should become a comedian. I said, that's what I'm trying to do. He goes, seriously, you gotta become a comedian because, and that guy is a suspect. I agree with you. He's a suspect. A suspect. So the Sarge comes, right? And I'm so excited. I've got the highest ranks. Like, Sarge, let Sarge through. Sarge, wait till you hear this story. You got to do the He's going to love this story. He's going to love this story. So I go through the story with Sarge, and I went, long live paint. He's going, oh, my God. What are you doing here? What do you do here? Take a card. I'm the Sarge. If you need anything. He goes, you should get on stage. You should become a comedian. I said, I'm working on it. That's it. He goes, listen, I have no problem with what you did. Obviously, that guy's got problems in hardware. There's something off with him. He might be a suspect. I don't know. But here's the problem. The problem is it's out of my jurisdiction. The feds are here. I figured I'm killing. Let's bring it to a new level. Bring them in. Bring the feds in. Bring the feds in. I want a badge. We're going to go badges. Let's go to the top. Now, they're not as loose as the cops. They're just, these guys look like something you would see in a movie, right? And the one guy comes through, and he looks pretty intense, and he pulls up a chair, like dun, dun, dun. He goes, I don't know what everyone thinks is so funny. Okay, let me explain something to you. I had to come in from JFK International Airport. I had to call the Secretary of Defense. Do you realize the situation that's going on with Libya right now and Muammar Gaddafi? And you think it's funny? You think this is funny? The cops may think it's funny. Your little friends may think it's funny. Here's how we're going to determine the situation. You're going to look at me and my 2 agents, and you're going to look us in the eye and just tell us facts. Okay? And if I determine that your intentions were not what I like, you don't get to call your parents. And you don't get to call a lawyer. As far as anyone's concerned, you're missing. Do you understand the predicament that you are in? No.
How old is he at this time?
Are you high? No. This is how I look all the time. So and he goes,
he does look high.
He goes, look them in the eyes. All right. All right. So I'm in paint. And I call the guy from hardware, and he says, hello, this is Greg, Sears Hardware, Valley Stream, New York. How may I help you? And I go through the store, and I go, I've sent 6 Libyan missiles to blow up the Sears Hardware. That's what I did, man. I'm just saying you what I did. Is that it? I went, no, I ended by saying, long live paint! And that's why we're here. I got some police cards if you want to. And he stared at me for like 10 seconds. And then he goes, I'll do the paperwork. You should become a comedian, man. Get that guy from Hardware. He's a suspect. Go get that guy. Thank you, guys.
All right. JB, everybody. JB. Where do you think JB ranks on the echelon of your top 100 comedians? Where does he rank? Where does JB rank on all the clips that I've looked at so far as funniness? I will tell you this. His mannerisms and the way he imitates folks make it. That makes everything about his jokes and his storytelling. Again, this is that long-form storytelling. I'm going to make this quick because I know it's already a long video, but it's that long-form storytelling that's just, it's fun, right? It takes you through that whole story, and it's self-contained, so you don't have to listen to all the bits before to understand this story. And you don't even really need to understand who the comedian is before you hear these stories, because you kind of learn as you go. So that's really great. It started off by him working in paint at Sears, just like I thought. So it was that, him pretending to be people like Joe Pesci was funny. I laughed when he talked to the guy and he said he was Joe Pesci, and the guy's like, wait, I gotta spell that. Or that was when he was talking about how he's Muammar Gaddafi, when he very first calls him, and the guy's like, wait, I gotta spell that. And we all know people like that who who work real hard, try real hard, and when you're a young person, you don't really care about your job or something along those lines, then you look at them as big squares and you just don't want to have to deal with these folks. So, so I think the part that I laughed at the hardest was his impression of Muammar Gaddafi. And the funniest part was when he was doing the singing at the end. It's just, were there other customers in the store that were listening to him actually singing it like really loud, or was he? I want to know what they were doing while he was doing that. Were they listening? Were they laughing? Were they thinking it was weird? I just thought that was the most funny part of it. Actually, was that whole part where he's fooling the guy. The part where he realizes there's no one on the floor would be funny and semi-horrifying to someone like me who would be nervous about that. Like, oh my gosh. And then, I just wanted to comment on, if that last part is true, where when he talked to the cops and he talked to the feds, they end up laughing, or at least sort of letting him go and being cool with it and saying you should be a comedian. If that part of it's true, other than the other part about, hey, I think that guy did it or whatever, he's a suspect. That would be amazing because, as he was saying about the feds especially, they are generally humorless. So, I had the opportunity to work a couple days around some Secret Service agents, and, they were giving me briefings, and, I tried to crack jokes, and they were having, none of it. They had zero. They were just, professionals. So, so if he can get these feds to laugh, and I'm assuming they were like FBI or something, then that's pretty good. That's pretty good, especially a situation like that. So, Jim Breuer, real funny. You guys got any more Jim Breuer clips for me to look at? Send them my way. He was a pretty funny dude. I'm interested to hear what his actual stand-up is like, too. So, all right. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you spending some time with me today, watching some JB. This Is Not Happening. Telling a funny story about a bomb threat at Sears. Him invoking the specter of Muammar Gaddafi. So thanks for subscribing. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and click on the big red button that's below. as long as, assuming YouTube hasn't changed it. Subscribe so we can talk a little more frequently, and you can see when the new videos come out, and you can check them out. So thanks a lot, guys. Love you. Have a great day, and peace out.